and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. I have purchased so many books over the last several months and I wanted to share them with you today, sort of like a collective book haul for the first quarter of 2024. There are quite a lot and some are new releases while others are just books I've seen that have piqued my interest that I've been wanting to read. We have a very large pile of books to go through today, so let's get started. Let's start with literary fiction because there's only one book in this category, and that is Tom Lake by Ann Patchett. I believe I saw Haley Pham talk about this and she loved it. I think she actually listened to the audiobook of this, which I may or may not do, but I'm excited about this. I hope it's good. I don't generally read this genre, but it's good to branch out every once in a while. So that's the first one. Okay, let's move on to fantasy. We have Throne of the Fallen by Kerri Maniscalco. This is an adult paranormal fantasy, and I believe book 2, Throne of Secrets, comes out in September of this year. So I wanted to get this read and see if I like it so I can get the second one. I've seen this all over social media as well, so I'm sure it's going to be good. Then we have When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. And this is a new release from January that I've also been seeing all over social media, as with most of these books. And I don't know much about it, but I know it's a fantasy and it has dragons in it, so enough said. The next one I picked up in the fantasy genre is Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and this is her first fantasy novel. I actually already read this in April, so you'll get my full review on this in my April reading wrap-up, but I absolutely loved it. It was a 5-star read. It's about vampires and werewolves, and it's just amazing. The same story goes for the next one in the pile, which is Bewitched by Laura Thalassa. I also read this in April, and another 5-star read. It was absolutely amazing. Highly recommend. And this book actually made me want to read this author's entire backlist, so I went ahead and I ordered 2 more of her series, which I'm very excited to read. Book 2, Bespelled, is coming out at the end of May, and I also already have that on pre-order. And then I have the Serpent and Dove series by Shelby Mahurin. And full transparency, I got this series because of the covers. They're just absolutely beautiful, especially this first cover here. I don't really know what it's about. All I know is that it is YA and it is about witches, which I generally love. So I hope it's good, but it's not super high on my TBR right now. Okay, and finally for fantasy, obviously, I got The Throne of Glass. My intention this year is to read all of Sarah J. Maas books. I already finished ACOTAR, as you saw in a previous video, and I'm currently making my way through Crescent City. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead and start Throne of Glass, which I'm very, very excited about. Okay, moving on to romances. We have the Gold Rush Ranch series by Elsie Silver, and I'm not sure if these are in the proper order, but here it is. Currently, I'm reading the Chestnut Spring series by Elsie Silver, which I'm loving. So I thought I'd get these as well because I think they have similar vibes, and also these covers are just absolutely gorgeous. My Chestnut Spring series doesn't match, unfortunately, because I wasn't able to get the special edition covers for Flawless and Reckless, and I didn't want to make the same mistake twice. So while these are still available, I decided to just pick them up, and hopefully they won't get discontinued. I know that this author has changed covers for Chestnut Springs maybe 3 times already. I expect that might happen here as well, so I didn't want to risk that. Okay, then we have All the King's Men by Kennedy Ryan, and full transparency, again, I don't really know what these are about, but I got them because of the covers. They're really beautiful covers. I believe these are new adult suspense romances, so that's that. Then we have Wildfire by Hannah Grace, and this is book 2 to Icebreaker. I already read Icebreaker in April and I loved it, so I'm very excited for this one as well. Then we have 2 books by Christina Lauren, The Soulmate Equation and The True Love Experiment. And these both have been out for a while already, but I've been seeing them all over social media and I've been wanting to read them, so I decided to pick them up this year. These both have won Goodreads awards, so I'm sure there's a really good reason for that, and I hope I like them as well. And I'm excited to read these. Then we have The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. And Abby Jimenez is one of those auto-buy authors for a lot of people, so I'm excited to get started on her books. I already own 2 of her books that I still need to read, Part of Your World and Yours Truly, so I'm excited about those, but I picked up this one as well, and I believe this one is followed by the Happy Ever After playlist and Life's Too Short, which I still want to get. Next we have The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. And I have been wanting to read The 7-Year Slip for a while now, and then I realized that this book came before it, so I ordered this and have since read both of those books, which I love, and you'll be getting my full review and my April reading wrap-up on both of these. I love Ashley Poston's writing. She's coming out with another book later this year called A Novel Love Story at the end of June, I believe, so I plan to pick that up as well at some point. And then I wanted a few summer books, so I picked up Summer Reading and The Comeback Summer. I think these are just like rom-coms, but this one obviously has downtown Chicago on the cover, so why wouldn't I get that, because this is where I live. So these are my 2 summer books that I picked up. Okay, on to the final category, which is dark romances. I picked up Gothicana by Runix, and this one was technically released in 2021, but this edition came out in January, so I picked this up in January. This is the one with the purple sprayed edges and the beautiful end paper art and the pretty illustrations throughout the book, so I really wanted this version. This was on my February TBR, but I didn't end up getting to it, so I think I'm going to wait now and read this in the fall during spooky season, because this is a paranormal gothic romance. So then we have Credence by Penelope Douglas, and I know this book has a long list of trigger warnings and some questionable tropes in it, but I was curious about it, so I did pick it up because I've been seeing it all over TikTok, so that's the next book. And then finally we have Butcher and Blackbird by Brynne Weaver, which I already read in February, and you've seen in my last wrap-up video. This book was amazing. This is technically a dark rom-com, and it's a 5-star read, so highly recommend this one. So that's everything that I picked up for January through March. Let me know if any of these are on your TBR or if you've read these in the comments down below. This is, however, not everything that I have on my physical TBR. There's still a lot of books that I purchased back last year, and then I have a few orders out for delivery for April. So I'll make a separate video on that, kind of like a what's on my physical TBR sort of video at some point. Anyways, all my links are down below to my Goodreads, TikTok, and Instagram, so please feel free to say hi, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.